everyone, my name is Mehek. I hope you guys are fine and safe, and like always, I also hope that you guys are reading. We are back with another interesting historical fiction book, which is called The Dictionary of Lost Words by Pip Williams. Beautiful paperback. Okay, coming to the story now, it's about Esme, who is born into the world of words. It's a story set in 1901. Esme is basically she's a motherless child. Her father works as a lexicographer. That means he collects words for the dictionary, and he's part of the team, that is collecting words for the first edition of Oxford English Dictionary. So it's a pretty big deal. So Esme's childhood is pretty much spent in this place called Scriptorium, which is nothing but a garden shed in Oxford where the team is sitting and they're sorting and collecting words from all over the world to be made into this Oxford English Dictionary. And Esme's place is basically under the sorting table. She sits there unseen and unheard. And over the time, she starts collecting these discarded slips. Now, some of the slips are discarded by these dictionary men and they just fall off. And she starts collecting those slips and storing it in her trunk, her like a treasure box. And over the time, Esme realizes that some words are considered more important than others. And words especially related to, women experiences go unrecorded. And that's when she gets this idea. So what she does is all these discarded slips of words that she finds from the scriptorium, she starts storing them. She also, go and meet the women around the Oxford area and the poor people, and she starts collecting words that are not a part of the Oxford English Dictionary, majorly because these words are spoken, they're not written, so they're used by people who do not know how to write, and most of them are also slangs, and they're also offensive and vulgar, so they're considered not fit enough to be included in the Oxford Dictionary, but they're widely used by people. And somehow Esme feels that these words should be recognized in a way, so she starts collecting these words, and she calls this dictionary as the Dictionary of Lost Words, that the words which are widely used but yet are not recorded in Oxford English Dictionary. So this is what the major premises of the book is, and as the book you keep reading further, it gives away this it kind of brings this major revelation, or you kind of realize that that words mean different to women and they mean different to men. And it also tells you that there are high chances, it's that in the past, when the first Oxford English Dictionary was made, because there was lack of representation of women back then, it could mean that the dictionary was biased in favor of the experiences and the sensibilities of men. That's the reason a lot of women experiences words were unrecorded in the first edition of the dictionary. That is what majorly the book is saying. And in the background, obviously, there is Esme's story, which is playing, where she starts from under the sorting table when she's a child to finally when she becomes a part of the team and she's sitting on the table and working for the dictionary, and how she gives birth to a child out of the wedlock, and then finally how she finds the love of her life, who, prints this Dictionary of Lost Words for her, so that the memory of it stays forever, and those words are literally not lost in the history. There's also mention of the Great War period at that time, and so this is what the book is majorly all about. I would just say that you would really require a lot of focus and attention and patience to read this book, because it definitely gets slow at a lot of places, and if you're not focused, you might just lose interest in the overall plot. But I think as a reader, as someone who is if you're a lover of historical fiction, or if you're a lover of words in general, vocabulary, it is quite fascinating to read how the first dictionary came into being and what the whole process looks like. Like the author has mentioned that although Esme's story is fictional, the characters and her father and everyone is fictional, but some of the events and the mentions of the people are actually for real. I mean, they actually happened in the history. So it's quite fascinating, to read about the whole process, which I personally enjoyed. So like I said, if you're a fan of historical fiction and in general words, you would definitely enjoy this book. Yeah, that's all on this book, and I'll see you guys next week with another title. Thank you. Bye bye.